Hello, dear students and test takers. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I'm Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to change the imperative sentences from direct speech to indirect speech. I need hardly say that this grammatical aspect is very, very important for all your competitive examinations. Therefore, I request all of you to watch this video till the end without skipping it in the middle. I also request you to consider subscribing to my channel and also sharing this video with your near and dear ones. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. Imperative sentences. In this video, we are going to learn how to change the imperative sentences into indirect speech. Okay, and first of all, let us learn about the imperative sentences, their features. Okay, what are the imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are nothing but the sentences, okay, that contain an order. Okay, very important, an order, a command, right, a command, or a warning, a suggestion, okay, a suggestion, a piece of advice, okay, etc. So the sentences that contain an order or a command or a warning or a suggestion or a piece of advice, such sentences are called imperative sentences. And this is one feature of these imperative sentences. The second feature is these imperative sentences generally begin with a base form verb. Okay, a base form verb. Base form verb means the first form of the verb. The first form of the verb means the present tense form of the verb. Okay, a base form verb. And the second one is there, they generally begin with please. Okay, please. They also begin with don't. Okay, they also begin with let. Okay, this is another feature of these imperative sentences. This is the first feature, this is the second feature, and the third feature of these imperative sentences is in these sentences, you, okay, you, the second person, is generally implied or understood. That means even if there is no you, the second person, it is understood there. In this way, these are the three features of these imperative sentences. Okay, keep these three features in your mind. And now let us see how to change them into indirect speech from the direct speech. Okay, and what rules we have to follow while changing these imperative sentences into indirect speech. Okay, now let us see that here. Imperative sentences with a base form. First of all, I'm going to take up this one, imperative sentences that begin with a base form verb. Okay, how to change these? These are the four things, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Four things are there. First of all, we are learning about the imperative sentences beginning with a base form verb. And what rules should we have to follow here? Right. Yes. Number one, to change them into indirect speech. Okay. To change such imperative sentences that begin with a base form verb into indirect speech, what to do? First of all, we have to change the reporting verb. Okay. Let me wipe this one from here and okay, and here we have to change the reporting verb said or said to into asked, ordered, commanded, requested, urged, begged, advised, suggested, warned, according to the context of the sentence. This is a very, very important one. The reporting verb said or said to should be changed into any one of these verbs according to the context of the verb. If the context is asking you to use ordered, you use ordered there. If the context tells you that it is a command, you use commanded. If the context tells you that it is a warning, then use warned. So in this way, any one of these verbs you have to use meaningfully according to the context. And the next important rule is the preposition to should be used as a connecting word. So earlier, while changing the statements into indirect speech, we used that as a connecting word. So you know that very well. That is the first video. And in the second video, I taught you how to change the interrogative sentences into indirect speech. In that, you have to use either if or whether as a connecting word. That is one point. Or sometimes if it is a WH question, you have to use the same WH word as a connecting word. That point also I made it clear in that second video. And this is the third video on the on this topic, direct and indirect speech. Okay. So here, whenever there is an imperative sentence, okay, beginning with a base form verb, you have to use to, the preposition to, as a connecting word, right? And now let us take up some examples to understand these two important points. All examples are given here. The first example: the magistrate said, call the first witness. So here is, this is the direct speech, this is the reporting verb, okay, and magistrate is the subject of the reporting verb. And in this sentence, only said is given, not said to is given. Okay, said, the magistrate said. Yes, to whom did he speak these words? That is not mentioned here. Okay, he said to him, he said to her. No, it's not like that, because he only said means what? That is, from the context you understand that the magistrate said these words to those people that are assigned the duty of calling the witness. Okay, that is there. That's why this is understood here from the context. That's why the sentence is like this: the magistrate said, call the first witness, right? And that's why, so how does the magistrate speak in the court hall? Whatever he speaks, that is an order. Whatever he says, it is an order. And therefore, we have to turn this said, this reporting verb, into ordered. So come on, let us do that here. The magistrate ordered. The said is turned into order. Clear? And next, this object we have used, okay, and from the context, okay. Not here, it is not given but from the context we are using this one, so that we can change the pronoun you, your, you according to this. That's why, for the convenience of that, we are using this them here. Of course, the magistrate ordered them. After this order, we have to use is an object. That's why. So the magistrate ordered them to call. To is the preposition, and call the first witness. The sentence is written as it is because there are no more words to be changed into other forms. Okay, and that's why call the first witness, call the first witness, and to is used as a connecting word. So in this way, the magistrate said, call the first witness means the magistrate ordered them to call the first witness. This is how you have to change it. Now let's go to the second sentence. The criminal said to the magistrate. The criminal said to the magistrate, pardon me. Pardon me means excuse me, something like that. So how does a criminal say these words to the magistrate? Does he say, hello magistrate, will you pardon me? Pardon me. Will he say like that? No. The criminal will request the magistrate, sir, please sir, please forgive me sir, please pardon me sir, please excuse me sir. So he will beg him, he will request him, he will entreat him. So he will go down and request him in this way. That's why this reporting verb should be turned into either requested or entreated or begged and so on, according to the context. So here, now let's see that. The criminal begged. The criminal always begs the magistrate. It does not demand the magistrate. He only begs the magistrate. So the criminal begged the magistrate. After writing this, to connect between this reporting verb and direct speech, we have to use this to, the preposition. Afterwards, pardon me. This me is there. This me is referring to this criminal. So we have to change this me into criminal. Then it becomes him. When me changed into him, this criminal, that becomes him. You know this very well from the first video. Please, all those rules are mentioned in the first video. Please watch it if time permits you. Right. And now this is the sentence. Let us go to the third example. The captain said to the soldiers. Okay, the captain of the military, of the soldiers, the captain said to the soldiers, stand at ease. That is the sentence. Now, so how does the captain say these words to the soldiers? Will he say to them in a casual way, in a general way? No. He will say those words to them in a harsh and serious manner. Stand at ease, something like that. Okay, whatever it is. That's why you have to change this said to, this reporting verb, into commanded, because always the captains will give commands to the soldiers. So that's why always this reporting verb should be turned into commanded. The captain commanded the soldiers. Said to is turned into commanded soldiers. Now the connecting word to stand at ease. Stand at ease. There are no words to be changed into. So other forms are other words, and that's why this sentence is written as it is, right? And now let's move on to the next example. The teacher said to the children, listen to him. The teacher said to the children, listen to him. So the teacher is speaking to these children. Okay. How does she say these words to the children? She will simply ask the children. She will request the children. She will urge the children. The teacher said to the children. Then the teacher urged the children. Urged. Okay. It is better than requesting. Of course, requested means urged. Urged means requested. That is there. So here the teacher urged the children. Between this reporting verb and direct speech, we have to use the connecting word to, right? After that, listen to him, listen to him, listen to him. You don't change. Already him is there. Okay. And in this direct speech, if at all, there are the pronouns I, me, my, they should be changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. That's all. And if there are you, your, you, the pronouns, then they are to be changed according to the object of the reporting verb. This point I made it clear in the first video itself, right? Please watch that first video because there are all the basic rules. Okay, right. And now let's move on to the next slide to learn other examples. Right. Now let's move on to the next example. Fifth one. The inspector shouted to the police, catch the thief. Okay. It's a beautiful sentence. Now let us change it into the indirect speech. The inspector shouted to, there is no change at all because they always shout to the police. Okay, they shout to the police. Okay, they shout means they shout loudly and say to the police. That is the meaning. They shouted to the police. Yes, reporting connecting word is to. Catch the thief, catch the thief. It's very simple. The inspector shouted to the police to catch the thief. That is the indirect speech. And to go to the sixth example, the lecturer said to the students, lecturer is saying these words to students, use the Oxford dictionary. Use the Oxford dictionary. Very simple. How does the lecturer say these words to the students? Simply, he might ask them to use the dictionary, or he will request or urge them or advise, whatever it is. So, according to the context, yes, the lecturer recommended. Here it is a recommendation. Use the Oxford dictionary. It's a recommendation. The teacher is recommending these words. Is recommending the use of that Oxford dictionary to the students, and that's why the lecturer said to is turned into recommended to. From the according to the context only, you have to change the reporting verb. So here there is a recommendation in this sentence. That's why this reporting verb is turned into recommended to. The lecturer recommend to the boys or the students to use the Oxford dictionary. That is there. Right. And now let's go to the next example. The doctor said to the patient, stop smoking at once if you want to survive. So this is the statement that the doctor made to the patient. So here, how does the doctor speak to the patient? Does he command the patient? Does he order the patient? Does he advise the patient? Does he order warn the patient? How does he do that? So it can be, because stop smoking means it can be a piece of you can say advice. It can be a warning. It can be a suggestion. Whatever it may be. So accordingly, we have to turn this reporting verb is like this. See, the doctor advised. It's a piece of advice. Stop smoking at once if you want to survive. So here, the doctor advised the patient. Okay. Now to connect the direct speech to the reporting verb, we are using the connecting word, the preposition to. So to stop smoking, what is that? At once, if you means who? This patient. When this you is turned into this patient, it becomes he. Want becomes wanted, because you want is the simple present. This is turned into simple past tense. To survive, to survive. Everything is according. Step by step, you should keep on changing the sentence into indirect speech. Then only it will be correct. Don't be hasty. Don't be hasty in changing the sentence into indirect speech. This is how you have to change it into the indirect speech. The doctor advised the patient to stop smoking at once if he wanted to survive. So this is how. So now the 8th example. The principal said to the students, the principal is saying these words to the students. What is he saying? Pay the exam fee if you want to avoid penalty. Very simple. Now, how does the principal say these words to the students or to the boys? He will just request them, or he will advise them, or he will make a suggestion also. It may be a suggestion, it may be a piece of advice, whatever it is. Because penalty, to avoid penalty, is asking them to avoid penalty means it may be a piece of advice or a suggestion. So that's why let us see that the principal advised, good, or suggested to the students. The principal advised the students or suggested the students to pay the exam fees. This is the connecting word. To pay the exam fees. To pay the exam fees. If here you is there, you means if this you is turned into the student, that becomes they. Want becomes wanted. Want is present tense, wanted is past tense. To avoid penalty, So this is how you have to change step by step. Okay, yes, the principal advised or suggested to the students to pay the exam fee if they wanted to avoid penalty. This is how you have to change this sentence into indirect speech. And now let's go to the 9th example. The Swamiji said, be quiet and listen to my words. I'm giving more examples so that you can understand all these things thoroughly well. That's only my motto. That's why I'm giving more examples. The Swamiji said, be quiet and listen to my words. These are the words spoken by this Swamiji. So how does this Swamiji say these words to the listeners? Okay, here very politely, or you can say he might urge them or request them. Okay, that's why let us say the Swamiji urged them, he requested them and treated them. Okay, the Swamiji here. So with whom he has spoken these words is not mentioned here. That's why from the context you understand the Swamiji said these words to the people that are present there. And that's why you are using this them as your object. In the direct speech, the object is not mentioned. This them is not mentioned. But in the indirect object, we need that object. Because you cannot say the Swamiji urged. So don't say, after this urge we have to use this object. That's why the Swamiji urged them. Okay, the connecting word is to be quiet and listen. Okay, to my words, to my words. My means what? To Swamiji's words. When this my is turned into Swamiji, it becomes his. And words. That's why the Swamiji urged them to be quiet and listen to his words. This is there. And let us take up the last examples. The teacher said to the boys, leave the class at once. Leave the class at once. And the teacher is saying these words to the boys. How does the teacher say these words to the boys? Leave the class at once. That means somewhat angrily, somewhat in a fit of rage. Okay, she must have said these words. That's why you have to say like this. The teacher ordered the boys, because when you say something to somebody in a harsh manner or angrily, then it will be a kind of order. Okay, here the teacher is saying these words to the boys, and she says, leave the class at once. At once. At once is making you understand that it is an order by the teacher. So the teacher ordered the boys to leave the class at once. To leave the class at once. So this is how you have to change all these things. And now let's move on to the next slide to learn the next rule. And the second rule is there. Imperative sentences that begin with don't. Just now you have learned how to change the imperative sentences. Yes, beginning with a base form where, okay, into indirect speech. And now here you are going to learn how to change the imperative sentences that begin with the don't. Right, okay. So what should we do? To change the imperative sentences beginning with the don't into indirect speech, okay, what to do? Change the reporting verb said or said to into asked, urged, instructed, advised, suggested, warned, etc. according to the context of the sentence. That is the first point. Okay, said or said to must be turned into any one of them according to the context. Okay, and now you go to the next one. Don't should be turned into not to and used as a connecting word. So instead of don't, whenever the sentence begins with don't, instead of don't, you have to use not to. Not to should be used as a connecting word. Earlier, you used only the preposition to as a connecting word, but now you are going to use not to as a connecting word because the sentence is beginning with don't, right? And now let's move on to the next slide to learn the examples. First example, the mother said to her son, okay, the mother said to her son, don't enter the bedroom with your muddy shoes. Don't enter the bedroom with your muddy shoes. That is the statement. So the mother is saying these words to her son. How does she say these words to her son? Does she order him? Does she command him? What does she do? She only asks her son. That's all. So that's why let us now say the mother asked her son. It can be warned. If from this context you think if it is a warning, then you say the mother warned her son. Either of them you can use here. The mother asked her son, okay. The mother warned her son is also okay. After writing this, before you connect the direct speech to the reporting verb, you have to use not to as a connecting word. Okay, not to. Though instead of don't, not to is used. Enter the bedroom. Okay, bedroom is his. Enter the bedroom with your. Okay, enter the bedroom with your is there. Your is turned into her son. Her son. When your is turned into her son, it becomes his son. Okay, this is the person, male. So when your is turned into this son, that becomes his. Okay, and please learn all these rules by watching the first video. Right, when your is turned into son, that becomes his, and then muddy shoes, muddy shoes. So here the sentence becomes like this. How? The mother asked her son, the mother warned her son not to enter the bedroom with his muddy shoes. That is the indirect speech. And now you go to the second one. The father said to his daughter. Here the father is saying these words to daughter. Don't play in the hot sun. There is outside the hot sun is there. That's why the father is asking her not to play in the hot sun, not to play in the hot sun. So how does the father say these words? Again, asked or warned. The father asked his daughter, or the father warned his daughter, and up to here it is okay. Instead of this, and before you connect to this direct speech, instead of don't, what should you do? You must use not to. After that, what is the sentence remaining? Play in the hot sun, play in the hot sun, and there are no more words to be changed into other words. That's why the words are used as they are. Okay, now let's go to the third example here. The doctor said to the patient, okay, don't smoke and drink alcohol. What can you find in this statement? You can find a piece of advice. You can find a suggestion. You can also find some kind of warning. Don't smoke and drink alcohol. Some warning, whatever you can, if whatever you think about it, you use only that. Okay. So now here it is mentioned. The doctor advised. It's a bit of, if you think it is a piece of advice, then you turn this reporting verb into advised. If you think it is a warning, then you change this said to into warned, like that. Okay, the doctor advised the patient, the doctor warned the patient, and instead of this don't, you use not. After smoke and drink alcohol, smoke and drink alcohol, there are no more words to be changed into other words. That's why the sentence is written as it is, right? And now let's move on to other examples. Fourth example, the teacher said to the boys, okay, the teacher said to the boys, don't go out without a mask. Don't go out without a mask, right? So what do you find in this statement? A piece of advice or a warning. A warning or a piece of advice. Okay, now let us see that here. The teacher urged, okay, instructed, some kind of instruction is there. Some kind of warning is there. Okay, you cannot. The teacher warned the boys, the teacher urged the boys, the teacher instructed the boys. According to the context, you can use any verb, okay, instead of this said to, right? Here I have used it like this. The teachers urged the boys, the teachers instructed the boys, okay, not to, instead of don't, you say not to go out without a mask. So not to go out without a mask, there is no word to be changed into other words. That's why it is used as it is, not to go out without a mask. And you go to the fifth example. The headmaster said to the students, don't fail to attend the tomorrow's meeting. So there may be some kind of instruction to the students. There may be a kind of a request to the students. Okay, whatever you can find it. Okay, and right. See, the headmaster urged or instructed the students, and this is up to here. Okay, instead of don't use not to, fail to attend, fail to attend. The tomorrow should be turned into the next day. Tomorrow's, that's why the next day's meeting. So this is how you have to change it. Not to fail to attend the tomorrow's, the next day's meeting. This is how you have to change. Let's go to the sixth example. The Swamiji said to his devotees. It's clear. The Swamiji is saying these words to his devotees. What is he saying? Don't fall a victim to greed. Don't fall a victim to greed. Greeding means avarice, over desire for something is called greed, right? And it is a piece of instruction. Okay. The Swamiji urged the devotees. Okay, requested. The Swamiji instructed the devotees. Okay, not to, instead of don't, not to fall a victim to greed. Fall a victim to greed. No change at all in that statement, right? This is how you have to change the sentences, imperative sentences beginning with don't. Now let's move on to the next slide. Third rule is there. Imperative sentences beginning with please. Imperative sentence begin with a base form verb. Imperative sentence begin with don't. Imperative sentence begin with please. This is the third important rule. How to change such imperative sentences beginning with please into indirect speech. Let us learn how to change them. What are its rules? All these things let us learn here. To change the imperative sentences beginning with please into indirect speech, what should we do? First of all, change the reporting verb said or said to into asked, urged, requested, pleaded, entreated, etc. according to the context of the sentence. Okay, you have to change this said or said into asked. Very well. Urged means you can say requesting somebody, mildly requesting, moderately requesting. Requested means going down somewhat, and pleaded means it is also a kind of requesting. Entreated, it is style of requesting. So these are all the words indicating a kind of request. Please, because please is there. Please itself indicates a kind of request. Okay, according to the context of the sentence. That's the first rule. The second one is to or not to should be used as a connecting word. Okay, if the sentence begins with a base form, please plus base form verb, you use only to. If the sentence begins with please and don't, then not to should be used. It's like that. As what? As a connecting word. So please keep these two rules in your mind. And now let's move on to the next slide to learn the examples to understand this rule. First example, the father said to his son, please work hard if you really wish to get the first rank. The father is saying these words to his son. Please work hard if you really wish to get the first rank. Okay. So in this statement, you find some request. Okay. The father is requesting his son. That's why you change this said to into requested or urged or entreated or something like that. Urged, whatever. So here the father requested his son. There is only a request because please indicates that it is a request. Okay, whenever there is please, you must use this word. The father requested his son. Okay, instead of this please, we have used this requested. What is the sentence? Remaining sentence, work hard. From here only we have to take that. So work hard is beginning with a base form verb. So here that's why you use only this to work hard. Okay, if you means who? The son. When you is turned into son, it becomes he. If he really wanted to get the first rank. So instead of please, we have used the verb requested, and afterwards the remaining sentence, work hard. This is beginning with only a base form verb. That's why you used only the connecting word to, the preposition, right? To work hard if he really wanted to get the first rank. And here next, what is that? The second example, the teacher said to the students, please don't make a noise in the class. This is what the teacher has said to the students. Okay, and what is the teacher saying? So please is there. Please means what? It's a kind of request. So request, she requested. Instead of said to, we have to say urged or requested, whatever, asked. The teacher asked the students, right? The teacher requested the students, right? The teacher urged the students, right? So instead of this please, all these verbs are used there. Any one of them you can use according to the context of the sentence. And here, don't make a noise in the class. Here the word is, the statement is beginning with don't. Don't means what should be the connecting word? Not to. If it is only a base form verb, it is to. If it is don't, you have to use not to. So that's why here, what is that? Not to, okay, make a noise in the class. Make a noise in the class. There are no words to be changed into other forms, okay. That's why make a noise in the class. This is how you have to change the sentence into indirect sentence. The teacher asked or requested or urged the students not to make a noise in the class, right? And now let's move on to the other examples. Third example is given here. She said to him, please get out of my room. So how does she say these words to him? Please get out. There's a mild request in asking that man to get out of her room, okay. And here you can say she requested, they said to, because please is always generally turned into requested. So she requested him, said to is turned into requested, okay. And here the sentence is beginning with a base form verb, and that's why you use the connecting word to. And here, get out of my room, get out of my room is there. My is always turned according to the subject of the reporting verb. So when my is turned into she, it becomes her. So my room is turned into her room, that is there. This is how you have to change the sentence into indirect speech. Fourth example, he said to her, please wait here till I return. So this is the sentence, and he is speaking to these words to her, okay. And here there's a word please. That's why you have to use requested. If the please requested is used for this said to, right? He said to her, he requested her, okay. And here this please is gone, okay. Wait here, this is beginning with a base form verb. That's why you use the preposition to as a connecting word. And wait here is there. Here, wait is wait. Here, the word here of the direct speech will be turned into there. So wait here is turned into wait there. Till I return. Till, okay, till as it is. I refers to this subject of the reporting verb. When I is turned into this he, it becomes again he. That's why I return is turned into he returned. This is the present tense form of the verb. This is the past tense form of the verb. I return is simple present tense. He returned is a simple past tense. This is how you have to change all the words very carefully into indirect speech. So after, if you have so much of practice, after some time what happens, you just start changing the direct speech into indirect speech very easily. Within minutes, you can change them into indirect speech. That becomes easier for you, right? Now let's go to the fifth example. They said to me, please don't smoke here. They said to me, please don't smoke here. So it's again a request. So here they urged me or requested me, whatever you can use, please. They urged me. So please is gone. Don't is the sentence is beginning with don't. Instead of don't, you have to use not to. So smoke here is there, smoke there. Here is turned into there. Okay, the smoke here is turned into smoke there. So they urged me not to smoke there. That is there. The sixth example, the mother said to the children, please don't enter the kitchen with muddy shoes. That is the sentence. Now how to change it? The mother said to the children. How does the mother say these words to the children? When moreover please is there, please means request. So you can say the mother urged the children or requested the children. Any one of them you can use, right? The mother urged the children, okay, please is gone. Don't enter. The sentence is beginning with don't. Instead of don't, you have to use not to enter the kitchen with the muddy shoes. So there are no more words to be changed. That's why the words are written as they are. No more words to be changed. This is how you have to change these sentences into indirect speech. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Imperative sentences beginning with let or don't let. So this is the fourth important variety of imperative sentences. Imperative sentences beginning with a base form verb, imperative sentences beginning with please, imperative sentences beginning with don't, imperative sentences beginning with let or don't let. Okay, and now how to change these imperative sentences into indirect speech. Okay, to change the imperative sentence beginning with let or don't let into the indirect speech. Okay, what should you do? Change the reporting verb said or said to into asked, urged, requested, etc. according to the context of the sentence. We have to change said or said to into asked or urged or requested according to the context of the sentence. And after that, what should we do? We have to use either to or not to should be used as a connecting word. As a connecting word, we have to use either to or not to. If the sentence begins with a base form verb, then use to as a connecting word. If the sentence begins with don't, then use not to. That you know very well. Let's go to learn the examples to understand this rule. She said to him, okay, let them watch the match. Let them watch the match. That is what she said to him. Okay, let them watch it. Right. So the sentence is beginning with the let. So what to do then? She urged him instead of said to. Said to is turned into urged or requested or asked, whatever you can say. She urged him. So the statement is beginning with let. Let is a base form verb. Therefore you use to let them watch the match. There are no more words to be changed into other words. That's why the sentence is used or rewritten as it is without any change. Right. And now you go to the next example. They said to us, let her apply for the post. That is there. They said to us, okay, let her apply. Okay, the speaker of the sentence is they. The what is that? The person who is addressed is also us. So that is there. And here we are, he's saying let her apply for the post. Okay, that is there. And now what should be the one? They asked us. Okay, said to is turned into asked to let her apply for the post. So the same thing. This is the speaker of the direct speech. This is the person who is addressed. Okay, so the person who speaks, the person who is addressed are different. Okay, and the person mentioned in this is also different, and that's why they are kept as they are. They said to us, okay, they asked us as they are. Here her is there. Her is different. This person is different. This person is different. This person is. So then all of them are written as they are. So they asked us to let her apply for the post. That is there. Right. And she said to them, let him participate in the rally. Okay. And here she requested them again to let him. The sentence is beginning with a base form verb. So it is used to let him participate in the rally. Okay. And one more example. He said to her, let me go home. So here, right. He said to her, let me go home. That is there. So here, what do you do? He asked her to. This is beginning with a base form verb. So that's why to let. Here, me is there. It is referring to this speaker of the words, okay, speaker of this direct speech or the subject of the reporting verb. So here, when me is turned into he, it is turned into him, and then go home. So that's why he asked her to let him go home. That is there. And now let's move on to the next slide. Fifth example. I said to them, okay, the subject of the reporting verb is I. The object of the reporting verb is them. So these two persons are different. And here in this sentence, don't let him smoke in the premises. This him is different. This person. These three persons are different. And that's why they are used as they are. No problem here. So let us say that. What will be the answer? I requested them, but the sentence is beginning with don't. That's why you use not to, and afterwards let him smoke in the premises. They are written as they are, no change at all. Right. And here, next example, he said to me, don't let her go home all alone. He said to me, don't. So here the subject of the reporting verb is different. Object of the reporting verb is different. But the person mentioned in this is also different. These three persons are different. Therefore, keep them as they are. So here, let us write like this. He requested me. Right. He said to me, he requested me. Okay. Don't is there. Then not to is there. Let her go home alone. So as they are. Nothing to be changed. Right. And they go to the seventh example. He shouted to her, don't let them make a noise. So here the person who is saying these words is he. The person being, you can say, said to these words is she or her. And the person spoken about is them. So these three persons are different. So you have to keep them as they are. So how? He shouted to her. Shouted to is always used shouted to. He shouted to her saying, don't is turned into not to. Let them make a noise. Okay, that is there. Right. In this way, you have to change these sentences beginning with let or don't let into indirect speech. Okay, this is how you have to change them. Please watch these slides, watch these rules again and again, so that you can have a good command of all these things. Now let's move on to the next important last rule, and afterwards this video will come to an end. Imperative sentences beginning with the letters. This is a very, very important variety. So please watch these slides very carefully. Imperative sentences beginning with the letters, right? So how to change such imperative sentences into indirect speech? Okay, and what are the rules to be followed to change the letter sentences into indirect speech? Okay, change the reporting verb said or said to into proposed or suggested to. Such proposed to or suggested to. 2K is optional. You can use it or you need not use it. That's what it is meant. According to the context of the sentence. That means said or said to should be turned into proposed or suggested. First point is okay. And the second one is letters should be changed into they should. When the sentence in the direct speech begins with the letters, you should change that letters into they should in the indirect speech. Okay, if the subject or the object of the reporting verb pertains to the first person, me or us, we should be used. So if at all the subject of the reporting verb or the object of the reporting verb, okay, remember this is a very important rule. If the subject of the reporting verb or the object of the reporting verb pertains to the first person singular or plural, what should we do? We should use should be used. Otherwise, we should use, if the sentence begins with letters, we should use they should. If the sentence, if the reporting verb is preceded by the first person singular or plural or followed by first person singular or plural, then we should use we should. Okay, this point you have to understand. Okay, and then that should be used as a connecting word. Again, between the direct reporting verb and the direct speech, we should use that as a connecting word. These are the 4 important rules you have to follow. And now, in order to understand these rules thoroughly well, let us take some examples. Okay, more examples, more understanding. Okay, you can understand the rule thoroughly well. So I'll give you the examples. Let us move on to the next slide. First example, he said to them, okay, let us go out for a walk. So the sentence is beginning with letters, right? And here said to should be turned either into proposed or suggested. You know that very well. What is that? He proposed to them, okay. Said to is turned into proposed to. He proposed to them or he suggested to them, proposed to them or suggested to them. Again, the connecting word is that. The sentence is beginning with the letters. So instead of letters, we should use they should. Instead of letters, we should use they should. Afterwards, go out for a walk. And the remaining sentence should be written as it is. See, now you have understood how to change that letter sentence into indirect speech. Very easy, very interesting. He proposed to them that they should go out for a walk. Come on, I will give you one more example. She said to him, let us watch the movie together. She said to him, let us watch the movie together. How? Let us see that. She suggested to him. Here I have used proposed to. Here I am using suggested to. Just for a variety's sake. Okay. She suggested to him. The connecting word is that. That is written as it is. Afterwards, the sentence is beginning with letters. That's why you should use that should. They should watch the movie together. No change of words because there are no more words to be changed into other words. That's why they are written as they are. Right. The third sentence is like that. Mohan said to Anita, let us visit the museum tomorrow. Let us visit the museum tomorrow. Right. And here Mohan proposed to Anita. Good. It's a proposal. He has made a proposal to this Anita that they should. That is what a connecting word. And letters is there. Instead of letters, we use they should. Visit the museum tomorrow. Visit the museum the next day. Instead of tomorrow, next day. You know. The word tomorrow should be turned into the next day. All these things you learned in the first video. Please, again and again, I don't want to tell you all these things, right? Right. The Mohan proposed to Anita that they should visit the museum the next day. Now, the fourth example is given here. And this sentence is a little bit different from the examples given above. Okay. And here they said to us, let us play a game of chess. Okay. Here, the person speaking is they, the person spoken to is us. Okay, right. And here you remember the rule. If either the subject of the reporting verb or the object of the reporting verb pertains to the first person singular or plural, then this letter should be turned into we should. Okay. If there are, so in the above examples, the subject of the reporting verb is third person singular. The object of the reporting verb is third person. In all these examples, third person singular, third person plural, whatever it is. So if that is the case, you have to change these letters into they should. Right? And but whenever either the subject of the reporting verb or the object of the reporting verb pertains to the first person singular or plural, then this letter should be turned into we should. That point you have to understand from this example. Now, they proposed to us. Us is there. So connecting word. Let us is turned into we should. Play a game of chess. This is how you have to change it. Please remember, this is us is there. Because of this, we are using we should. These are all third persons. This is only the first person. Right. Fourth example is given. She said to us, let us abide by the rules. Okay. Here, the object of the reporting verb is us. First person plural. Okay. So, when that is the case, this letter should be turned into we should. Okay. The remaining rules are the same. He proposed to us that, connecting word that, let us is there. Then we have to use should. We should abide by the rules. That's all. Right. And then comes, they said to me, let us enjoy the holidays in OT. Okay, here first person singular is there. First person plural, first person singular. They said to me, let us enjoy the holidays. It's a proposal again. So then what do you say? They proposed to me. So connecting word that is there. Let us, that should be turned into we should. Enjoy the holidays in UT. Enjoy the holidays in UT. That's there. And the next example, he said to me, again first person singular. The object of the reporting verb is first person singular. Okay, and let us do this project together. And here you say there, he proposed to me that we should do the project together. Okay, here eighth one is there. I said to them, let us have a cup of tea. So here the reporting verb, the subject of the reporting verb pertains to the first person singular. The object of the reporting verb is third person. Okay, even then, if one of these persons, if one of these persons belongs to the first person, then you have to change these letters into we should. That point is there. Just in the earlier slide, I have told you all about objects. First person singular and plural objects, but here now I am talking to you about the subject of the reporting verb. Okay, so whenever this is the case, we have to change these letters into we should. So like this, I proposed. Remaining rules are the same. Said to is turned into proposed. Them. Connecting word is that, right? And let us is there. Whenever this I first person singular is there, okay, then we have to say we should have a cup of tea. That is there. We should. Okay, a cup of tea. Right. And here again, we is there. First person plural is there. Her third person. Okay. Whatever it is, whether the first person singular or plural may be either as the subject of the reporting verb or as the object of the reporting verb, then this letter should be changed into we should. So here again, we is there here, the subject of the reporting verb. Then what should we do? We suggested or proposed, whatever you can say. So her, that we suggested to her or proposed to her that. Okay, and letters is there. Letter should be turned into we should. Play a game of chess. Okay, it is there. Last example here is I said to him. So in this example, the subject of the reporting verb is I, first person singular. Then automatically this letter should be turned into we should. I said to him, let us finish the homework right now. Then I suggested to him or proposed to him, whatever it you can say. And then the connecting word that we should, because there is I, that's why we should. So letters is gone. Finish the homework right then. Right now. Now is turned into then. So other words should be written as they are. This is how you have to change the direct speech into indirect speech. Okay, with this the video comes to an end, and from this video you have now understood how to change the imperative sentences beginning with a base form verb, beginning with please, beginning with let or don't let, or beginning with letters, okay, don't, with all such things, is how to change all of them into indirect speech. Dear students and test takers, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the third video on the topic of direct and indirect speech. Okay, And the fourth video is also made. It is going to be uploaded very shortly. Please watch that video also. So all put together, there are made 4 videos on direct and indirect speech. Okay, please watch all of them, and before that please consider subscribing to my channel, and then only you can get all notifications, and you can watch all of them. And with the last video on this topic, I'll be back to you. Until then, bye, see you all. Right.